Hey there, folks. Greg Shepard here, SNA Financial Services. I specialize in helping folks just like yourself, assuming you're in higher education, basically just get the most out of your higher ed retirement plan. Been doing so for over 20 years now. These gray hairs here that I have kind of prove that point. Now, today's short video, what I'm going to discuss is not fairly recent question I've been asked a few times the last, I'd say, month. The question is, in various ways that's been asked, do TIA reps, do they charge a fee when providing services like mine, investment management slash financial planning services? Now, so let me take some time and try to unpack this a little bit because it can vary, right? So let's start with, let's do it different levels, okay? Different levels of service. Now, let's say you're employed currently. You don't really have a lot of financial planning needs or questions. You have general questions. You call up the 800 number, if it is an 800 number that you call for TIA, and you start asking questions about TIA traditional, the various nuances of TIA traditional, or whatever the case may be. They're not going to charge you for that because it's a very general question found online fairly, well, I say fairly easily, but it is public information, right? So they're not going to charge you on that. They are not those folks you call on the 800 number. They're not necessarily, well, they're not. They're fiduciary advisors, service reps, great people, but they're there to answer general questions. Now, they're not supposed to get into specific financial planning, investment management related questions or answers. So we take it a step forward, a step above and beyond that, where you want financial planning slash investment management services. Okay, uh, so TIA they offer financial planning tools at your disposal for free. And then if you implement those, let's call them strategies, that's where the services start charging a fee. And these tools that they offer are pretty, they're robust, but they're pretty general on the face of it. Actually, I have the same tools that I know Fidelity uses. I think TIA, I'm not positive on that, but a lot of this financial planning software is any good, competent, feeling financial advisor will have these packages. They're not unique to one firm or the other. But you can pretty much get that free anywhere you go. But like I said, if you implement those services, I found this information on their ADV. So let me just read some of this. So TIA offers a number of financial advisory and management services, and it has distinct fee schedules for each. Now, when it comes to the investment management part, let's see here. For the portfolio advisor program, let me go back here. So they have three, we'll call them investment management programs. Okay, they have what's called the portfolio manager program, the portfolio advisor program, and the personal portfolio program. Let's see here. For the answer to your question, yes, they charge a fee. All right. It can range anywhere from, so for example, the Portfolio Advisor Program, which offers model-based investment portfolios. There's a reason why I stress that. The firm charges an annual fee that ranges from 0.4% up to 1.15, depending upon your asset range. The more assets you have, the less you get charged. So for example, the first 100, so they charge they ratchet it, okay? So first 150,000, they charge 1.15%. Next 150 to 300,000, it's 1%. So if you have, let's just say, $350,000, okay, so try to make this simple. The first 150,000 of it's going to be charged 1.15%. That's their fee. And then anything above 150 to 300, okay, so the next 150, that's going to be charged 1%. And then the extra $50,000, that's going to be charged 0.85%. So it keeps ratcheting down, but it's at these levels that they charge in increments. Okay. Now I get this question a lot as well. How is that different from like my firm and other firms out there? Now I've seen this kind of fee schedule before. It's not unique. It's not unusual, but we just keep it very simple. Like let's use the same example. If you have 350,000, I'm just going to charge 1%. Okay, that's what my firm does. Again, that's not unique. It's just what we do. We try to keep it simple for logistics and accounting reasons, to be honest, and just make sure the client is comfortable with that and understands rather than doing these ratcheting. But again, it's not unique to TIA or any other fielding advisory firm. Now, let's go back. They do charge these. We're sticking on this, what is it called? Portfolio Advisor Program again, that the least they'll charge is 0.4%, but that's excess of 3 million. I cut my notes off at 3 million. to 1.15, which is that first 150,000. What was I getting at? Oh, so for that program, they offer the model-based program, okay, the models. I'm not a huge fan of that because you're getting stuck in these buckets, these models that everybody else has, right? That's because of the amount of people, the amount of clients that they deal with. So it's good. I don't know if it's good or bad. I like to customize portfolios. I think, and again, not unique. Most, I say most, in my opinion, I feel that a fee-only investment advisor, if you're paying them 1% or thereabouts, why would you want to be stuck in a model portfolio that, Jane, John, Jerry, they all have as well, which your needs may be a little different or goals may be a little different in terms of risk. So like with a fee-only advisor uh, that we have over at S&A Financial and others as well, they're more unique in the customization that maybe you want a little more aggressive than that 70-30, maybe 73, 74, 75. That doesn't really fit in that model, okay? Also, I don't want to get too much into this. You can go for you can read this stuff yourself. It is called the ADV, and you have to kind of dig. You have to kind of know what you're doing in order to find it. But there's also, I don't want to. They deal with insurance, okay? So there could be a conflict of interest when they're, this is TIAA, when they're offering or soliciting insurance-related products that they could receive some compensation regarding that implementation of those insurance products. And there's nothing wrong with that. They publicly state that, but I think it's important for you to know. So pros and cons. TIAA is a great company. They do charge a fee when it comes to services like we offer and other fee-only advisory firms offer as well. The downside, if you want to say this, is that they, of course, are going to recommend proprietary products, proprietary investments and products that they're knowledgeable about, which they should. That's their company, that's their business, right? If you go with an independent fee-only financial advisor like us and others out there as well that specialize in higher education retirement plans, we can utilize any, like I typically, if I have a prospect or a client that utilizes TIAA, we'll use the best of what TIAA offers. Maybe you have Fidelity out there as well, which is a common vendor. We can even combo those vendors, and any assets held outside of employer retirement plans, we custody over at Schwab. So quite often, we have clients that have, we custody assets with TIAA, Fidelity, and Schwab. Eventually, the goal outside of TIAA traditional, maybe some other investments, is to get that money rolled over to Schwab because we have just access to just about any investment out there, right? So that's a quick snippet, somewhat of a quick snippet on TIAA's advisory services and how they charge, kind of compared to the fee-only independent advisory world out there. Okay, long enough, folks. Here, Greg Shepard here, S&A Financial Services. Hey, go out and have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.